This is the Joyo Mjolnir, also known as the JM15. It is a 15-watt, fully tubed amplifier from the guys over at Joyo, and when I was hanging out at the NAMM show this year, I decided to go over and say hi to my friends in Joyo since I happen to be an artist for them, and I came across this amplifier, and they told me everything that I need to know about this guy, including that it is not necessarily readily available on the US market. It's actually meant for the European market, if I remember correctly. But I asked them if they wouldn't mind sending this guy over to me, and they were more than happy to do that. So here I am with the JM15, and I am super pumped to get my hands into this amplifier and see what it's all about. In the Joyo Mjolnir, you're going to have 3 ECC83 preamp tubes and 1 single ECC82 preamp tube, which I find is actually kind of interesting. And in the power section, you're going to have a set of 2 EL84 power tubes. So this amplifier right here is definitely going to be your go-to for a high gain powerhouse. So it has just about everything that you're going to need to get a great high gain tone. You're going to have a 3-band EQ, a presence control, a master, a gain control, also a built-in boost that you can toggle on and toggle off, along with a mid cut that you can also toggle on and toggle off. And there is another channel on this amplifier, which is technically the clean channel, and it has a push switch as well, just to kind of push it a little bit harder. But if I'm being completely honest, not many people are going to be buying this amplifier for its clean tone. On the back, you're going to have a send and return effects loop that you can actually bypass if you really want, which is super cool. And also 3 different speaker outs. One is a 4 ohm, one is an 8 ohm, and the other is a 16 ohm. Now, before we hook up the Joyo Mjolnir and check out what it sounds like, if you guys are new here to the channel, my name is Chris, and here on High Impact Audio, we check out the newest and coolest guitar gear that I've found on my guitar journey in order to help you guys out and let you know what this stuff actually sounds like. So if you are enjoying my videos in any way, shape, or form, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and that like button because it helps me out a ton here on the channel. And with that being said, let's go ahead and hook in this amplifier and let's check out some of the sounds that we can get out of it. All right, we have the Joyo Mjolnir already set up here, and I went ahead and put all of the different settings to about 12 o'clock on here because I feel that when I am dialing in a guitar tone, 12 o'clock is a really good neutral position just to kind of start at. And before we finally get into the whole guitar tone of the Mjolnir, let's go ahead and just do some basic chugs. I'm going to turn some knobs as I am doing the chugs just to show you guys a few of the different positions on the different settings on this amplifier. And for the guitar that I'm going to be using today, this is my Balaguer Multiscale Diablo. This is an excellent guitar, and it has a set of Hypernova pickups in it. Some really great high output pickups there. And then the Joyo Mjolnir is actually going into my Torpedo Captor X and into my DAW using the Harry Coffee IR from the 2 Madsen IR pack from the guys over at Bogren Digital. Let's get into this. right, you guys have heard a few of the different sounds that you can get out of this amplifier. So now let's take all of those different sounds that I just showed you and let's actually make a guitar tone with it. So now with everything set at about 12 o'clock, it sounds awfully flubby. It's definitely not a full-on guitar tone. I mean, just the... I mean, it's not horrible, but it's definitely not the type of guitar tone that I would really want. So let me mess around a little bit with the EQ here. I'm going to raise the treble. And then let's back off on the mids. And also definitely back off on the bass quite a bit there. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna also raise up the gain. That might be just a little bit too much gain. And actually we do have a built-in boost on this amplifier, so I'm just gonna go ahead and activate that. There's still just this little bit of flubbiness that I'm not really liking with it. Even with the boost activated, I'm just not getting quite everything that I want out of here. Let me mess around with the presence a little bit. Let's bring up the presence and see what that does. Yeah, that's definitely helping out quite a bit there. Not too bad. Let me raise the gain once more, just a tiny bit. Not very much at all, honestly. And then let's also check out and see what the mid cut does. Okay, so the amplifier by itself, I would say, isn't necessarily giving me everything that I want, but luckily, in the world of high gain tone, there are boost pedals, there are overdrive pedals, stuff that we can put in front of these types of amplifiers to really smooth things out, to shape up the EQ and give us just that little bit of extra push that we really need. And I absolutely love boosting the front of my amplifiers. So let's go ahead and throw a few different boost pedals, a few different overdrive pedals, and see which ones really help out the Joyo Mjolnir. So before we start adding a bunch of boost pedals on here, I have my pedal board down here for you guys to see. Let's go ahead and activate the noise gate, because when you are adding boosts on top of already distorted amplifiers, things get pretty freaking noisy in there. So let's go ahead and just kind of go down the road here, and let's go ahead and do the Fortin TS808 and see what that does. Wow, okay, yeah, that one definitely makes a huge difference, but let me go ahead and maybe raise up the bass a little bit here on the amplifier itself. And then I'm actually going to deactivate the mid cut. Let's see what we got going on there. That made a massive, massive difference. I'm actually going to deactivate the boost on the actual amplifier because I feel it's just way too much gain right now, but let's mess around with it without the boost. I mean, we could end this video right now with the Fortin TS808 there. That sounds really freaking good. Like really good. I might actually even add just a little bit more mids into that. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one and see what that one's got. So it is the regular Ibanez TS808. That one is sounding really good as well. Not quite as aggressive as the Fortin modded TS808, but also the Fortin modded TS808 is a lot hotter of a tube screamer. Yeah, that one sounds pretty freaking good as well. Let's go ahead and do the Tempest Overdrive from Fortin. Interesting, so the Tempest Overdrive doesn't quite add quite as much, in my own opinion, as the tube screamers, as the TS808s do, and the TS808s are some of my absolute favorite boost pedals. They were my first boost pedals that I ever truly discovered out there, and they're definitely holding up even to this day. But the Tempest still sounds pretty good here. And you know what? I might actually still just kind of back off a little bit on the gain, even so, because I mean, it's too much gain right now. Yeah, I think that is going to work a lot better for us. So let's go ahead and move on to the Super Overdrive here from Boss. This is another great overdrive pedal, and it is an overdrive pedal that I love to boost my more chunky high gain amplifiers, just like the Mjolnir right here. Let's see what we got going on. Yeah, definitely does the thing for sure. Let's move on to one of my favorites, which is the modern boost pedal from Lichtlaerm Audio. This is an absolutely disgusting sounding boost pedal, but let's see what it adds to the Mjolnir. You know, it's not so aggressive on the highs as it is on certain other amplifiers that I've played on with this boost pedal. That is really, really interesting. Yeah, still sounds really, really good. It's just amazing how different adding a boost pedal or an overdrive pedal in front of your high gain amplifier, it really makes a huge difference, that is for sure. So let's go ahead and move on to the last boost pedal that we have, which is the Overdrive over here from Airis Effects. It is actually a reskinned version of the aggressive Screamer, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure this one is the aggressive Screamer. Yeah, the Overdrive is absolutely awesome on there. Yeah, these boost pedals, all of them are sounding really, really good, though I will say, I think my favorite was actually the first one, which was the Fortin modded TS808. And then without the Fortin modded TS808, it just makes such a massive difference. Awesome, guys. Yeah. The Joyo Mjolnir definitely shines a lot brighter when you have a perfect boost pedal or an overdrive pedal in front of it. That is where I see this amplifier absolutely shining, because I am getting a usable guitar tone for my type of high gain mix. It's pretty cool stuff. So after doing some further investigation on the Joyo Mjolnir, yes, I did find that, yeah, it is technically not readily available here in the US. But if you are in the US, I did find some loopholes for you guys. So I found a couple on reverb.com and also on eBay and a few other sites like that. So if you want to get your hands on the Joyo Mjolnir, definitely check out those sites for sure. If you guys are interested in checking out more information about the Joyo Mjolnir, I will have Joyo's link for this so you guys can learn a little bit more about this amplifier, and also a link for all of the different pieces of equipment that I used in today's video. If you are enjoying my videos in any way, shape, or form, please consider hitting that subscribe button and that like button, because it helps me out a ton here on the channel. And with that being said, my name is Chris with High Impact Audio, and I will see you guys next time.